on back to Skippers. Today I have 4 must-add players for your fantasy baseball teams in Week 18. First player I think is the best IL stash you can have at this point to the season for someone who hasn't played at all, and that is going to be Dustin May of the Dodgers, 49% rostered on Yahoo. 1-1, 2.74 ERA, 34.5 called strike and whiff rate last season, as well as a .96 whip. Obviously recovering from Tommy John. He struck out 6 over 3 innings in his latest rehab start, and I believe he has 2 more rehab starts to go before he will rejoin the big club. Heard he's been up to 99 in his bullpens. I think he was 97 yesterday in his outing, which is the main thing I like to look at for pitchers coming back from Tommy John surgery. Last season, we know Dustin May is a really good arm, just flat out midst of a breakout season at the start of last year, and unfortunately the UCL tears, and we have to deal with this over again. But Dustin May is a really good pitcher. So his sinker and curveball are 2 of the best pitches, respectively, in baseball. You look at his sinker, 5th highest average miles an hour, 26th best swinging strike rate, 10th best called strike and whiff rate, and the 2nd most movement on that pitch. He also has the 11th best spin rate, horizontal movement, not vertical movement, on his sinker. As well, you look at the curveball, he throws it the hardest of anyone in baseball, averaging 86.6 miles an hour. He has the 2nd best expected average against on his curveball, which was .044. As well, he has the 14th best horizontal movement and the most spin rate on a curveball. Dustin May is a great arm, and we can stash him here if he's back. So you think 2 rehab starts, 5, that's 10 days there. So if we wait 2 weeks to get him back, I think this can pay off really well for your fantasy near the end. Me personally, I picked up Dustin May because I needed help for guys that were injured, and I couldn't believe he was still there, so I could stash him on. And then I had guys like Rowanzi get sent down and some other injuries as well. But I think Dustin May is a good pickup here, and he could throw some bigger innings close to the end of the fantasy season and maybe even win you some leagues. The second player this week is going to be Felix Bautista of the Orioles. He is 46% rostered, 3-3, 1.81 ERA, 3 saves, .87 whip, and 60 strikeouts. Why? It's because you need saves. That's exactly why you pick up Felix Bautista. Jorge Lopez is now out of the picture. Bautista's a 27-year-old rookie who has even better numbers than Jorge Lopez did, and it looks like Brandon Hyde, the manager of the Orioles, says, I think he's going to get a shot to be the closer. Even though he didn't get saves both times, Bautista was the last pitcher to take the mound for the O's on both Tuesday and Wednesday. Batista's strikeout percentage and whiff percentage are in the 98th percentile. He has a 56.6% whiff percentage on his splitter, as well as a batting average against of .091. Fastball velocity is in the 99th percentile, as well as striking out more than 1 batter per inning. Felix Bautista is a really good arm. He throws that crazy blinker or whatever you call it that people just really can't seem to hit, obviously with the batting average against of .091, but he's a really good arm. If the O's are going to somehow continue this magic, they definitely need it with this continued bullpen help that has helped get them to where they are right now. So I think if you need some saves here, I think one of the best guys to pick up is going to be Felix Bautista. The third guy this week is going to be Nick Lodolo of the Reds, 31% rostered starting pitcher, obviously. 3-3, 4.23 ERA, 38.1 innings pitched, 54 strikeouts, and a 1.57 whip. I really like Nick Lodolo. I had liked him all season, especially after the bad first start. It didn't make me like him more, but I was like, okay, we need to stick with Nick Lodolo, and now we have seen some big return on the big lefty. He had a back strain, which kept him out for a decent part of the season. Now he has put the Cincinnati Reds pitching staff on that same back. Now has a K percentage over 30%, called strike and whiff rate over 31.7%, and he's getting a lot of whiffs on 3 different pitches, the most being his curveball, which has a whiff rate of 50%. He now has an expected FIP of 334, nearly a point lower than his ERA, which is 4.23. In his last 2 starts, Nick Lodolo has thrown 12 innings. He only has given up 1 earned run, and he had 16 strikeouts. So you look at some of the metrics on his pitches. The sinker, 7th most usage on the pitch in baseball, 22nd best swinging strike rate, 22nd best call strike and whiff rate. It has the 5th most horizontal movement and the 20th best spin rate. And then we look at this curveball, the one that he gets a ton of whiffs on. It's like, okay, he throws it really hard, 82 miles an hour, 6th best swinging strike rate on it, the 16th best expected average on the pitch, and the 22nd best spin rate. I just like what Nick Lodolo can do. He's kind of coming to his own here. Nice little breakout at the end of the season, and they shouldn't worry about innings because he has been on the DL for so long. IL, not DL. And finally, the last player this week is going to be Miguel Vargas of the Dodgers. He is 14% rostered. He's only played 1 game, but he's hitting .500, 2 runs batted in, and 1 stolen base. In the minors this season, in the Dodger system, Miguel Vargas hit .291, 15 home runs, 72 runs batted in, and 12 stolen bases. The only thing I'm really worried about here with Miguel Vargas is going to be the playing time. He should be the most stashed prospect at this point because of the talent, and he'll be able to figure it out because of all the tools that he has. But now he's in the big leagues, and last night he showed you what exactly he can do. I know Justin Turner should be back by the end of next week, so that kind of deters me from knowing how much run he'll get at this point, but we know the talent is there. First game last night, 2 hits. One was a double to right center that would have been a home run at Dodger Stadium, and then he proceeded to steal third base right away. So I think Miguel Vargas can do it. It's a guy you need to take a chance on if you need the third base help. We want him to get some run here, and if somehow they figure things out and he's able to play while Justin Turner's still up, I think it's a little interesting ad. So I'm adding Miguel Vargas. Finally, a nice little bonus. A super deep league guy I like is going to be Jose Siri at just 1% roster, getting some run for the Rays. But nothing else in those super deep leagues for Jose Siri. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to join the Discord. Keep subscribing. We're winding down here, but I'll still be here for the fellas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.